Oh, that's a big puss.
It's spanking time.
Emotional damage.
What is everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us, but we also answer questions from you, the people. But before we get into that, how y'all doing? How's everyone doing?
It's
Post
spanking
4th of
time.
July? We all recovering okay? We hydrating? We doing okay?
Hydration.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
I feel like I lost some weight. And I was told that I lost some weight, which I'm like, you could always be thinner, look better. That's American Psycho. I'm not
Yeah, I know.
really,
I
I don't
got
want to
that.
I don't want to get too thin. I'm just telling people out there who be like, Tom, we like thick boy Tom. We want dad bod Tom, whatever the fuck. I'm just saying, like, just like yourself.
Oh, we changing it from dive ball bros to dad bod bros?
I don't want to be dad bod bros. Like, I don't personally
That is
want
the
that for
line.
myself.
Yeah.
That's the line.
I remember specifically there was someone I worked with, and we were going opposite ways on an escalator, and I just said, hey, and then she said, you have such a dad bod, and I was just like, and it wasn't like, now is after your 30s, you're kind of like, oh shit, baby, I got a dad bod, what's up, this is peak athletic performance, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like 27 and being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
Dana told me the other night, she's like, look at you and your dad bod. And I went, all right.
but you have a kid. You're allowed to have a dad bod, but also,
I know, but like,
have you seen that the big boy who does the who does the roller skate trick? He like flips out of a half pipe, and then he just like, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but this is what peak athletic performance.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm just like, give this man everything. Give this man everything.
It's not a negative, but it was just, when it comes from the wife, you're like, oh man. She was like, no, I mean that as a good thing. And I was like, it's not. It doesn't. I just got out of the shower. I was feeling confident and clean and good. And she's like, look at you and your dad bod. I went, I'm gonna put all my clothes on.
You gotta imagine the power.
I'm gonna wear a sweater for the rest of the night. I'm gonna.
There's power stored in every dad bod.
It's like when Bonnie
they
calls
actually
me
are a
adorable,
dad.
and I'm like,
I need some of that power stored in my lower back, because that's the big issue.
I'll tell you right now, if you undergo the spice agony in Dune, you will reach peak performance of Shai Hulud and Shai Tan. But
is that the same thing as doing like rowing lifts and
absolutely,
that's what I've been doing.
but you do that for over the course of like 10,000 years.
I've been doing those sit-ups, pull-ups every night.
I just think everyone should just, once you get to God Emperor of Dune and you realize like what true peak performance body is, everyone will just be like, all right, here we are. It's good. If those who read it, you know. But if those you don't, then you will. Some maybe one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I was gonna say we have a lot of news tonight. I don't want us to delay too long, that we don't get to some questions. But I want to hear how Josh is doing.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing well. I'm almost done with all the outside projects. I built a fountain. I carved some stone. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Looks real nice. Tom.
But how's
saw it
Luna?
today. Luna's doing good. She was a little sick last week, and I think we figured out that
She misses me. That's why.
yeah.
So it's colic.
She's sick.
Heartbroken.
with heartbreak because she misses Uncle Corey.
Uncle Corey. Yeah.
I mean, that's what we figured out. So we're just gonna,
I'll remedy that.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
No, we think she might be allergic to her food.
Oh shit.
So we're changing, because once we started giving her chicken and rice, obviously it went away, and then when we started giving her regular food, it started coming back, and we were like, well, by science.
Well.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well.
By science, that looks like that. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's pretty easy breezy here. I think I told you guys I booked a national commercial.
Yeah.
Nami, congratulations.
Yeah, I booked a national commercial. It's supposed to record soon. So I booked it like a couple of weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh, we still need to finalize legal," and didn't hear anything for a couple of weeks, and I was like, "Oh God," because I hadn't heard anything. And I was like, "Well," because sometimes that happens where they're like, "You booked it," and then they're like, "Oh, we're not going to do the commercial anymore." But that's not what happened.
You also got some nerd on sessions in the cooking.
Yeah, I recorded one
in the
today.
Oven.
Yeah, I recorded one today, and then I've got one that I'm recording on Wednesday. And I think I'm gonna stop like being so actively recording, because that's like 5 months of episodes.
There you go. You're just.
Hey, up to you, buddy. That's the nice part about it. Is you just do. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm Woody. I'm just saying, like, let him cook. You know what I'm saying? Just let him cook. Let him cook it up. Let's see what happens. And Corey, what's life been like you? Why so sleepy? What's going on?
Why
baby?
so sleepy? Man,
Yeah.
just life. With a kid. She's reached like a new level of sentience, which is really cool because she's a lot of fun. But she's also got opinions now, so that's also exhausting. She has opinions about what she wants to be doing, what she wants to eat, and they don't always align with what needs to happen. And so it's a lot like war, Tom. It's a lot of like strategies, and it's a lot of like battle plans. You have to like prepare for every outcome. You have to. It's a lot like grappling as well. Like you have to use her momentum against her. Like you have to, like, if she wants something, you kind of have to maybe just try to divert that want to like, oh, you want this, but what about this over here? And she's like, oh, that's great too, I guess. So it's a lot of mental stuff going on.
Does everyone remember the book you read in elementary school called My War with Grandpa?
No, I read Flowers for Algernon.
In elementary school?
We
I
read
think
The
so, like
Giver.
sixth grade, I guess.
I was like, that's a fucked up book to read in elementary school. But My War with Grandpa is pretty much like this dumb book. Not dumb. If you like it, you like it. But it's like this dumb book about this kid who's like, I'm going to go hang out with Grandpa over the summer. And they hate each other. They just start pulling pranks on each other. And they just start terrorizing each other. And they learn to
like
love
that
each other.
movie with Michael Caine and Haley Joel Osment and Robert Duvall.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Is it called
Yeah.
My War with Grandpa?
No.
No. Oh, looks like they made that into a movie
Is that what it's called?
with Robert De Niro, The War with
Oh.
Grandpa.
All right.
What was that movie called? Josh, Lions?
Yeah.
Lions Over Lambs.
No.
No.
It does have lions in it.
In the darkness of night, in the heart of darkness, in the darkness of the forest, twin lions. Two lions, one dragon. The Lion Den, the Lion
I'll
King,
remember
the
it.
Lion's Guard, the Lion King in one half.
Secondhand Lions.
Secondhand lions.
Second
there it is.
hand.
Yes. It's a good
Secondhand
movie.
lions.
Embarrassment.
Great
but I didn't
movie.
know.
Secondhand
movie.
embarrassment.
Haley Joel Osment goes to live with his tough as nails grandpas.
Oh, you know what? I kind of remember that.
Or like his brother, his grandpa and his uncle, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the grandpa and his great uncle. Anyway.
I did have a little bit of I had told Corey that I had something to tell him, but I wouldn't tell him until we go live. I watched four fucking movies this last weekend. And it's just like
But not
insane.
the bear.
Not the bear. I watched fucking.
Just kidding.
I'm sorry. Look, everyone, look. If you love what you love, just love it. I don't want to take anything away from you guys. I want you to love it. I want you to explore why you love it, and then express to me why you love it. But fucking Haunting of Bly Manor is the most dog ass shit show. In high grade television, out of all the pantheon of good television, it's the worst. But in terms of all shitty television, it's way better than all of them. But it was just like coming off of Haunting of Hill House and going to that, I'm like, this is hogwash.
I've never even heard of this, to be honest with you.
Mike Flanagan had a big deal with Netflix, and he was like, they're like, dude, you did fucking Hush, that shit was good. And then he's like, yeah, I like the scary shit. It's like, you want to do the Stephen King movie? It's like, yeah, and it's called Gerald King. I was like, oh, I'll do that shit. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's pretty good. And then he's like, how about we give him some fucking shows? And then he did Haunting of Hill House. Then he did Dr. Sleep. And then he did Haunting of Bly Manor. And then he did Midnight Mass. And he did Midnight Club. And then some other shit. And then now he's like, I'm out.
Was good.
Josh liked it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he does the.
You know who's great? Rebecca Ferguson.
I like her.
That's a big push.
She's good in everything. Dune. Tom.
Done. But the thing I had to say, so out of the 4 movies I watched, first one 65, Adam Driver, and it's spacemen shooting up dinos.
Yeah.
It is a very. Oh, it looks good. This shit's cool. Oh shit, they shot this. Oh shit, this shit looks good. This is a nothing movie. This is an absolutely nothing sandwich. It's like you buy it. It's like where
is it just fun?
Where is it? I don't even say it's fun. You're just kind of like they're surviving.
Oh, so it's like that one with Will Smith and his kid, where you're like, what is this?
It kind of.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like Day After Tomorrow
there
or
are a
something.
couple of times while watching 65 that I was like,
After Earth.
But what happened?
Yeah, it's just like. And then I watched Nimona, which was very good.
I watched that.
I watched Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny.
What'd you think?
Which same way I think with most of the big blockbuster movies, there's things to be wanted, but it doesn't deserve all the hate it's getting.
It's fun. That's what I've heard. It's fun.
Lastly, I watched
Fast Color.
Chuck Jones directed film called Phantom Tollbooth.
Oh shit!
And that is a fucking trip movie.
The animated like 70s one, right?
Yeah, that's a trip of a movie. It is practically Pagemaster before Pagemaster.
Man, they need to remake that now. Live action with CG we have now. Like, you know who should do it? Is like Illumination.
Oh,
Studios.
I was gonna say it should be Ari Aster.
Oh, I was gonna say Pixar, but I haven't been loving Pixar's track record lately.
No,
so
they're just getting tanked because Disney's like
Illumination.
We need it for Disney animation.
I feel like Illumination could kill it, Phantom
Yeah,
Tollbooth style. That's cool. It's a trip. The animated one is weird.
Oh,
it's weird,
dude. It's like what's the Brad Pitt one? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah. The
Strange World.
Yeah, Dangerous.
Where there's like definitely a sexual relationship with the cartoon character.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt cartoon movie.
Cool World.
Cool World. There you go.
Cool World, yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
You know what I watched this weekend, Tom?
The Bear.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, is this the first time you've seen it?
It's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah,
It's,
dude.
so good.
Is
So
it
good.
still called Edge of Tomorrow? I thought it was called
it's
Live, Die, Repeat.
I don't know.
I think that's.
I know it is
that's-
Edge of
I thought
Tomorrow.
that was like the subtitle. Like it's like catchphrase, like live,
That's
die,
the
repeat.
that was the
Like the marketing.
no. It's also known as Live, Die, Repeat : Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
But it
because
is
they
Edge-
changed the
it is Edge
name.
of Tomorrow.
There have been times
I
where
think-
Bonnie and I want to watch that, and we're like, "Do you want to do wash, rinse, repeat? Do you want to?" What's
It's
Because it's
so-
based off a
I like it.
manga.
It's
so
fun.
fun. It's such a fun. Like I had low expectations going in. I went in. Hey, you pulled a Corey. I went in because I like Tom Cruise movies and I like Emily Blunt, and I was like, this. At least I'll have that. But this was exactly what I wanted it to be. I dug it.
Oh no, I think it's one of the better. Like it's a little like they do a lot of the American adaptation shit, but like I think it's a solid sci-fi flick,
Yeah.
and it captures a concept and it does it very well, and it takes it to the like full extension of what it does for the story.
3.5.
3.5. That's you.
That's my rating for Edge of
Okay.
Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow.
You should make a letterbox, bro. Make a letterboxed.
All right, I'll do
And
it.
then we could follow each other, and you could see what
Okay.
the fuck you'll see. It's just like how it is on Nerd On, where it's like
I'm
I
doing it
can critique the shit out of
live
a movie,
on the
but I
show.
can, like,
I'm doing a McCraney account live on the show. Here we go. Social security number. Here we go. Out loud. No. But yeah, that was what I watched. That and I watched Bullet Train. I thought Bullet Train was all right. It was fun. It wasn't. It was I wanted something more, but you know who killed it in that movie? I think I already told Tom this.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, man.
I
The
love
Craven.
Aaron Taylor
Tangerine.
Johnson.
He was.
You still haven't watched
Better-
Tenet, right?
No, I haven't watched Tenet yet. But in Bullet Train, because I love Brad Pitt. I love all his movies. So he was great. But dude, Aaron Taylor Johnson delivered on a level that this movie didn't need him to deliver on as Tangerine. And I was there for it. I was there for all of it. Anyway, that was my weekend.
Nice.
Let's get into questions.
Well,
or
hold
news.
on.
Wow.
Everyone in the chat, T Dog, Heezy Media, shout out to y'all, MX Raf, 51 Jonathan. Thank all the viewers
Letterboxd.
here tonight.
What up? What up?
Of
What
course.
up?
Yeah, and who we got? Bad Reprint for rating. Thank you, y'all.
I thought it was letterbox this whole time.
Yeah, we got some news
But
tonight.
it's letterboxed.
We gotta do some clappy claps
Yeah.
before we get started into it.
Claps for fun. This is Josh.
Ollie.
Oh.
I just messaged him the other day. He's doing fine.
Claps for sadness. Not for fun, for sadness, but that's just me. Who wants to go first with the news?
Josh's leads into one of mine, technically. One of his newses leads into one of my newses. So we could sig you that way if you want to start it.
All right, I'll start it. Let's do it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine that you're talking about this one. Okay, so when you live in LA and you're around the Burbank area, there are two sights that like kind of make your heart glow a little bit. When you see the WB Water Tower, you're like, oh man, I live here. And then when you're in downtown Burbank, you see the Cartoon Network building. You kind of have somebody who grew up on Cartoon Network too. You're like, man, wow, Cartoon Network, that's right there. Not anymore, kids. Not anymore.
To be fair, it's there.
It's
but
there.
anyone that makes it Cartoon Network is not there.
Yeah, I mean, it's there, but it's like, so they will be moving out of that bit. I just mean as like a visual cue, kind of like you're like, oh, that's that. The Cartoon Network Studios is going to be, it sounds like what they're doing real estate wise, like Disney, Warner Brothers, not Disney, I'm sorry, Discovery, Warner Brothers, they're consolidating a lot of their real estate. And that's one of the things that was affected. I know that when I worked at the CW, the ranch, the one that everybody knows, the ranch was sold, and the CW was going to have to GTFO in the next few years and probably move to the main lot. So they're probably consolidating a lot of their real estate resources. And it looks like the Cartoon Network Studios is going to be moving to one of their main buildings. But yeah.
I know where the building is. You can actually see it in an episode of Succession.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I've seen that building. I work next to that building all the time, and so like everyone's like, "Oh, Warner Brothers is gonna be over there," and then they're gonna take over these stages. And then when I saw the news, they're like, "Oh, they're gonna move to a closer location in Burbank." I was like, "I know exactly where the fuck they're going," because in the building I work out of on the third floor is CW.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, they're leaving that one. Everyone's gonna go to this building. It's gonna be the centralized building,
Yeah,
and I'm
sure.
like, it's a very interesting thing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of one of those like in passing sad. Like, I get it. I mean, real estate is real estate. My next news, pretty flippin' exciting. No, I don't know if it's exciting. It just tickled me. This is one of those news things that just tickled me. Because when you think about the great superhero movies of the ages.
Watchmen. V for
Yeah.
Vendetta.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Not often does Elektra come to mind.
Oh my God.
Not often does
I
it
watched
come to
that on a
mind.
birthday. I went to the movies on my birthday to watch that movie, and I was like,
I saw that.
"Oh."
Shout out to my buddy Zach Schumann. Tom knows Zach Schumann. Quen. We saw that together in a empty theater with one guy who sat like 4 rows in front of us and fell asleep and snored so loud we had to wake him up.
Hey, bud.
Because we couldn't hear the movie.
Hey, bud.
So that was our experience with Elektra.
So some casting announcement came out that said Deadpool 3 will bring back Jennifer Garner as Elektra. I'm tickled by this because Deadpool 3 is I'm excited. I like the Deadpool movies. It's reportedly going to be in the MCU. I'm excited about Huge Jack Man. I'm excited for all of the implications that this movie potentially could have. And seeing Jennifer Garner return as Elektra, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's.
we're gonna get Daredevil though.
There's rumor that Ben Affleck is there.
I mean,
Good for him.
We're messing around with the multiverse, so now in the MCU,
Well,
it's like so.
Can I chime in a little bit about multiverse? Okay.
Of course, Tom. This is a discussion, a conversation.
It's a news report. So the funny thing is, I think superhero fatigue is one thing, and right now there's actually like small discussions of multiverse fatigue. That there's so much aggrandizing and blah blah for fan service and shit. Flash is probably the biggest. How do I say? Offender of that. But the interesting thing that I saw in certain stills and the behind the scenes stuff is not necessarily multiverse, but there's a concept in the Marvel comics called the Omniverse. And the Omniverse is beyond Marvel. It's like it understands that within Marvel's universe, there's multiple universes, but then beyond that, there is, aliens. There is Predator, there's Terminator, there is DC, there is everything beyond it. It's pretty much like acknowledging that humans, us in the real world, create everything. And so beyond the Marvel multiverse, there is the other universes. And it feels like Deadpool might actually tackle some of that stuff, because there's some stuff they saw, I was like, they're poking some shit at some real world shit that's pretty funny. Like, and he kind of already did that with they already did that with the second one, where he goes back in time and kills Ryan Reynolds, who's about to like do Green Lantern. So like it'll be interesting to see like how far are we really gonna go in this way.
You want to know how far we're gonna go? Because
how far?
Ryan Reynolds posted today to his Instagram story a high quality photo of him in the full Deadpool regalia next to Hugh Jackman in a bright yellow and blue Wolverine suit, and it looks fucking great. I know we were a long way from the joke of what you prefer yellow spandex, but yes, now we do. We're at a time where that's with the preferred state, and I'm so excited. I'm so here for it.
But what about the blue trunks?
What about them?
Why don't we have them? I need to have them.
This could be one of many suits we get in the movie. We don't know. It's one picture. We'll see. So far, though, looking great. The gloves, down to the gloves, man. It's killing it. I'm loving it. Hugh Jackman looks great in the yellow. I'm so excited for this. I'm glad it's happening.
I'm excited that it's happening. It's cool. I was wondering, like, why don't they do the sleeveless? But then I think, in all actuality, someone kind of says, like, I think Hugh Jackman is actually very susceptible to skin cancer.
Yeah.
And so, like, there might be reason for that. And I'm like, that could be a thing. And I'm like, oh. But I was like, there, again, I'm not going to be like, I don't like it. But I'm just like, there's no blue trunks. It's sleeved, which is different. There's never been a sleeved, or not been a lot of sleeved. Usually it's sleeveless. And I'm wondering how it's going to have the mask. Obviously, I'm wondering how the cowl
if it has the mask.
If it has it, I think it should.
We all want it.
I really hope it doesn't Star-Lord or fucking Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah,
It's something to be excited about, though.
I'm pretty excited about that. That was all I had for that. My other big news is the One Ring, serialized 1 of 1 in the Lord of the Rings collector packs, has been pulled in Canada. So there was a store offering $2 million for it. Some guy pulled it, a floor worker pulled it. He's getting the $2 million. There are some. It seems to have worked itself out. But there were some lawyers on the Canadian end saying this is considered gambling. I don't think it's legal here in Canada. And everyone else was just like, just fucking let him, dude. Let the floor worker guy have the money. Like, let him live his life. He's gonna get taxed for it anyway. He's gonna walk away with like half. Like, let him have it. We don't care. He pulled it.
It's Willy Wonka.
Yeah. It's wild to think that was such a chase. Like it definitely drove packs and boxes up, and so now they're coming down, which is pretty cool for the rest of us. So we can still get those other chase cards that we want. But yeah, man, I'm stoked someone pulled it that wasn't like a high profile like friend of Wizard of the Coast
or a whale that was just buying.
Yeah,
you know.
like it was someone whose life literally got changed by pulling that card, which is what you want. You want the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory situation, like you said. So yeah, man, $2 million for 1 card. It's wild. It's graded already, PSA 9, because they don't give out 10s. Just weird to me. It's pack fresh. But that's the way they roll, baby. Somersaults. That's how I roll.
Wait,
so yeah,
they don't
that's
give out 10s?
no.
Certain card graders won't give out 10s, and a lot of people are trying to fight against that by going to different places.
Yeah.
Well,
So anyway,
right then.
that's my news. Tom.
Me. So first off in the news, I should talk about about the writer's strike. So we have until Wednesday. Again, it's going to be a growing story. That if Wednesday, right now the big group is that SAG-AFTRA, should they authorize the strike, which a lot of people are thinking they should, and they more likely will, unless the head of negotiations figures out something with the AMPTP. That being said, actors will not be able to promote movies. They will not be able to go to San Diego Comic-Con to talk about movies. They will not be able to work on sets. They will pretty much, we would see the end of any type of production other than unscripted reality shows. So it would be crazy to see what happens. But yeah, they're this Wednesday will be a thing. Secondly, everyone knows Corey's most anticipated movie of the year, Oppenheimer. You know, wine her, dine her, Oppenheimer.
I Am Become Death.
Yeah,
her.
and if she's giving you a good one, then she's being a Sloppenheimer.
You need to Stoppenheimer, Tom.
I'm only starting Heimer. Oh, sorry.
No.
So a lot of people have memed it up, being Barbie and Oppenheimer opening the same day. A lot of people have been talking about doing Barbenheimer, which is to do Oppenheimer and Barbie the same day, do a double feature that day.
There was some statistic that said like there's been like.
Yes, AMC has said that Stubbs members, as of right now, more than 20,000 Stubbs members accounts have purchased Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day. So people are doing it. A lot of people are saying, if you want to start in the morning, black coffee, Oppenheimer, hang out for the rest of the day, chill out. It is about a guy who created an atomic bomb, should be very dramatic and sad. And then, go watch Barbie, then have, dinner, and then go clubbing afterwards. Or you do the other way, you brunch it up, Barbie, then you hang out for the rest of the day, and then you go to Oppenheimer, and then you just drink whiskey all night.
Yeah.
So it depends how
the
you
way I
want to do
saw
it.
it was seeing it early show for Oppenheimer. Then you go to brunch, get mimosas, go see Barbie, then go out to lunch afterwards.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it.
Malibu, because she has a beach house out there.
yeah, we'll see. You know, I'm very stoked and excited to see how people. And also, my favorite thing about it is that it's a user generated thing. It is not like some viral marketing that. Sorry, piece of shit jackass TikTok influencers don't actually drive up hype for movies. But just people, the fucking people were like, look at this fucking meme of just like this movie and that movie are coming out the same day.
Color swap one was pretty great.
And people are just like eating it up. And I love that even though these two movies are from rival studios, they could be so different from each other. They're actually propelling each other to be like within the same conversation. And to me, that is like the power of the people at the end of the day. My last bit of news is that if you use social media such as Instagram or Twitter, you might have heard a thing called Threads launching. If you don't know already, Elon Musk acquired Twitter after a lot of dumbass business fumblings. Want to buy it, not going to buy it, threatened to buy it, now buying it, now forced to buy it. And he bought it. And then ever since then, a lot of rumblings of mismanagement, X, Y, and Z, and a lot of just dumb ways to try to make money off of the platform. A lot of people wanted to leave it, membership going down. And then finally, good old blue belt BJJ champion Zuck was like, yo, homie, I'm going to make a rival one and call it Threads. And so it's linked up with your Instagram account. It'll automatically import your Instagram followers. But it's pretty much like a proto version of what Twitter is. It's a rival for sure. The main newsworthy thing about it is the fastest growing social media of all time, obviously in a social media saturated world. AKA the last like social media generated thing that people could join was ChatGPT. It took 2 months for that platform to reach 100 million users. It took Threads 5 days. So people jumped on that. The tough thing that a lot of people are finding though is that if you use Threads and you want to stop using Threads, you also deactivate your Instagram account.
Oh my!
So they're linked up together. They are married to fucking together.
Well.
And so if you also look at it, you know, Elon Musk, SpaceX, Tesla, now Twitter, there's a lot of power in those few things. Also Mark Zuckerberg, you have Meta, you have WhatsApp, you have Instagram, and now you have Threads. So again, we are seeing the fucking rich get richer, powerful get more powerful, or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so there's that. I'm on it. So if you want to thread it up or whatever the fuck you want to call it, then do so. You know, it's interesting. We're in a weird world. And we all just need to hang on together and we'll get through it. But that's my news. Josh, want to take us to the next part of the show?
Yeah, the next part of the show in which we answer questions from you, the people. If you would like to submit questions, there are so many ways that I created a page on our website for all those different ways. Shout out to Bad Reprint for putting that link in there. My favorite way is actually just to head on over to the Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord, and join that community. There are channels for submitting questions, but the absolute best way, to ask your questions, submit questions, to converse directly with us is to join the Nerd On Nation, powered by Patreon. Nerdon.tv/ it's not backslash, Josh. Nerdon.tv/Patreon. Yeah, you get to support us in making this content. You get content, you get early access, and you get the Nerd On Nudge. And you can ask questions like, I just want to confirm that it is correct that there are only 2 questions selected.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Get this one.
Okay. B-Rad.
Boom.
B-Rad asks, a lot of things have been called rip-offs of X-Men. What are some of your favorites? Anyone else remember Push starring Chris Evans?
I know Corey's.
You know mine?
Yeah.
Fast Color.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was?
Goo Goo.
Yeah. Fast Color.
Goo Goo
I mean,
Gaga.
I wouldn't even call that a ripoff of X-Men, but
It's not. And not to dunk on the question and all this stuff, but like Push with its own comic book before blah blah, but might have been inspired by X-Men for sure. So
yeah.
I do remember it.
I would say Fast Color. You're talking about like just like a spin-off of like what could we what story could we tell with power? I'm just finding that like I think I'm enjoying those more like Logan. Like I'm just like, why? Let's explore something that's like a story that happens to have people with powers in it.
Oh,
rather
I
than,
mean, I think X-Men is just like almost it's like genre, right? Where it's just like people with powers and abilities in normal world who pay taxes, have painful diarrhea, that aren't just trying to save the world. They're just living life, and these are their stories.
Yeah. But I think that's why Fast Color and Logan stuck with me for so long. It's because I was like, hi, so it can be done.
Josh?
I don't have a lot to like in my brain that to pull from. The one that does come to mind that I know that I like is Umbrella Academy. Like even just the I mean
Good answer.
Yeah, the
Gerard
shows,
Way, man.
The shows and the comics. Yeah.
The very obvious one that everyone like kind of talks about is the one I'm not going to talk about because we've talked about Heroes so fucking much.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to talk about is first season, man. Really good fucking television.
Yeah. That's what
also
I hear that
fucking
it's amazing.
super affected by the writer's strike. It's very cool.
Yeah.
But I really like Doom Patrol. A lot of people dunk on that show. I think obviously like it has a very like TV budget vibe, but like the storytelling is so X-Men that I love it, and especially because it takes a lot from Grant Morrison's run of Doom Patrol, which a lot of people say like Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol really inspired what X-Men kind of became with Chris Claremont, of just like, this is just a drama. This isn't about saving the world. These are about people with powers, and they see them as disfigurements. And they're in a place where their personalities are clashing upon each other. And then every once in a while, they have to like, you set their differences aside and fight a thing. But I really truly like Doom Patrol because Crazy Jane as a character, one, babe, two, just like, it's great to see each character's, it's almost like Cowboy Bebop, where it's like each character's traumas are like stopping them from like actually connecting. And then we finally get those moments where like, oh, they fucking pulled it through for each other. And then the fucking, or I don't know what his name is, I forget his name, but the professor, who's pretty much just like Professor X, is very much like how I view Professor X, is very duplicitous and like always scheming. And then the rest of the people at the manor have to realize like, oh, we really do have ourselves. Like, it is his teaching of like, we have to learn control and we have to be there for each other. But I kind of can't trust him either. So it's like, I don't know. But it's good. I enjoyed it. Like, I really like, I forget his name, but it's Matt Bomer's character a lot. Like what he goes through.
Yeah.
I really enjoy.
His name.
I mean, Brendan Fraser's character is like fun to watch, but like he doesn't pull me, and he's kind of a lot of the audience surrogate of like, what the fuck is going on. Vic Stone, so Victor, aka Cyborg, is very, that iteration of him is very interesting because he's like, it's cool because they've done the I'm a sport athlete that became a cyborg with my dad problems multiple ways now. Like the one that Zacky Snacky did was like, my dad was never there, and my dad always was never there for me when I needed him. And now that I don't have my mom, my dad's trying to right his wrongs, but he's like, but like I can't connect to him. But in that version, in the Doom Patrol one, was like, my dad thinks I should not be with this people, but I should be with the Justice League. My dad's like pushing me like that one dad who's like pushing his kid like a coach and not like a father. And it's like, oh, it's a very interesting version of that dynamic that we've seen.
Dana and I really liked the actress lady.
I don't
want to spoil anything for anything, but yeah, blob lady. But yeah, that hers. I don't know.
She's Elastigirl, yeah.
Elastigirl,
April
okay.
Bowlby, yeah. I like her a lot. Her a lot.
I felt like she, in the first season especially, you kind of don't like her for the first few episodes, and then you like get some of her backstory, and you're like, oh damn,
Interesting thing is like I
I
don't
feel like she
have
brings a lot of heart.
I like a lot. I'm finding that out with a lot of female characters lately, where they're kind of written like a little bit like they're a little bit in their own way, but I really enjoy them. Like I really like them as a character because they feel real, right? Like not everyone meshes along, gets along well, but then when you see like why they don't, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I really, really, really like that.
That's how I felt about her storyline.
Oh, she's great. She's great. Next question.
Next question comes from Dougler. What is your favorite late 90s, early 2000s DC animated TV show?
What was the time range?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Late 90s. So Batman's out. Or at least the animated series is out.
I was going to say Batman Beyond because that's the only one that I have within that time frame that I have any experience or viewing hours with.
Animated series? Is that what they said?
I said Batman
Late
Beyond.
late 90s, early
question.
2000s.
Yeah. DC animated TV show.
DC animated. I see.
Yeah. So Superman the animated series started in 1996, which is the later half. Huh? Static Shock started in 2000 to 2004.
Static Shock was so good.
I mean, wait, what? Oh yeah, Batman Beyond.
And like Justice League was also really good.
Justice League was 2001 to 2004,
Okay.
Cartoon Network.
It's Darkwing Duck. Does that
Justice
count?
League Unlimited barely counts because it's 2004 to 2006. Just letting bad reprint now.
Does
Darkwing
does that
Duck.
count? Does that count as DC?
No, Darkwing Duck is that's Disney.
Is it? No.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
then I would
Ducktail.
have to say like for me it's between Static Shock and Justice League. They were just both so good.
I want to see.
I'd say Static Shock. Static Shock. I loved Static Shock.
Okay, and then I was like Teen Titans. Teen Titans. Where the fuck does Teen Titans start? Anyways, I mean, my answer is Batman Beyond for sure, but I mean, second up is going to be Justice League for sure.
Justice League was really good.
Timverse, bro. The Timverse so good, and only when he doesn't want Batman to have sex with Batgirl. That's I'm all about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm all about.
You
that
know what?
shit.
The movie after that was really great. That's the unfortunate part.
Oh yeah, no.
Everything after that was like what we wanted from a Killing Joke.
Oh no, but I mean, Bruce Timm is also multiple times. You know, he can do whatever he wants. He's done great things for DC, but he also like kind of just likes that Batgirl and Batman bang every once in a while. And he did that in The Mystery of Batwoman.
Mm-hmm.
And Barbara was hungry for that. It was. I'll put the clip on the Discord. But
I was say Gargoyles, but that's
Batman-
not. Is Gargoyles DC?
Gargoyles is Disney.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm telling you that Disney sits on a lot of shit that I'm like, bro, you have a lot of shit you could just do.
Wasn't there talks of making like a?
I talked about it with Jonathan Frakes.
That's what it was.
I'm the one they should send a check to. But no, it's okay. It's okay.
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question.
I hate this question so much. I love you, T-Dog.
I know.
I hate this question so
I saved it for
much.
technically both of you. I wanted to Steve's on this because yeah. Well,
You are
it's a
asking
discussion.
me my childhood. Okay, who's the better actor, Jim Carrey or Robin Williams?
Who's the better actor?
When it comes to acting, it's Robin Williams.
Yeah.
But I've seen Jim Carrey do some good drama, so I'm like, okay, well. But Robin Williams, I think, all day.
Yeah, I mean, I think so as well when it comes to
Who asked this question? This is T-Dog, right?
drama.
This is a fucked up question.
It is, because they've both done amazing dramatic work.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep thinking about 1 Hour Photo, man.
I think a Birdcage.
Of course.
I think a Birdcage.
He's good in everything. I mean, that's more in line with what he usually does, though.
Yeah. I just feel like
I think of Night at the Museum.
It's true.
No, I'm just kidding.
like I think I guess the fucked up thing for me as like actually someone who grew up with like a lot of Disney is I never saw Robin Williams as the provocateur until later on in my life. And so I never realized that like there was beef because of Fern Gully. I never knew there was beef because of After Aladdin. And then I was like,
Is there
oh shit,
beef because
because
of Fern Gully?
yeah, he did Aladdin and then he did Fern Gully, and they were releasing close together. And Disney was like, yo, you can't promote Fern Gully because you have a bad rapping about about how like bad corporatism is.
Yeah.
And deforestation, and like we're trying to sell toys, and we literally are headlining that it's Robin Williams, and we have this other movie about being Robin Williams.
Yeah, and they pissed him off because they
Oh,
used
yeah,
his
afterwards, for
voice.
sure.
They used his voice in marketing when he's didn't. But he got a Picasso out of it, so you know.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah, I mean,
And then he did King of Thieves, so we got that.
He came back. Dan Castellaneta, you know, Homer. He came through to fill in because he was like, oh, but no, I'd say I'd agree that as an actor, yeah, I preferred Robin Williams, but it doesn't mean to say anything against lesser than of Jim Carrey.
Yeah. No,
but
it's not a kind of one or the other situation for us.
Yeah.
But it is if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty and break our hearts, then yeah. Robin Williams, just by a hair, which he had a lot of.
Because like Jim Carrey is one of the reasons why. Okay, so when we started the show tonight, I was doing this. I was moving both my eyebrows. I did that. I learned how to do that as a kid because of Jim Carrey. And there are things that I do, or the things that I say because of Jim Carrey, because it was so ingrained in me that like that was it was almost the kind of actor that I wanted to be. It was one of the reasons I went into physical comedy, like taking physical comedy classes and like stagecraft, that kind of stuff. And so that like Jim Carrey is ingrained in me, and that silliness, but also like Robin Williams, like his comedy has, like Jim Carrey has a brand in the way that what he does, and Robin Williams, if you watch his movies back and you see the comedies and you see the dramas, even the comedies, the way that he does comedy, there's a spectrum. And I don't want to put anything against Jim Carrey in terms of range, but it's like there's a lot more difference when you see Robin Williams' filmography in terms of the different kinds of stuff that he did. And
shit, that park bench speech on Good Will Hunting alone.
Yeah, Patch Adams makes me cry every single time. It's one of my favorite movies that he did. Good Morning Vietnam. I'm just like, there's so many good.
Good Morning Vietnam.
There's so many good.
They definitely have a different career, and so you know, like it's the same thing that you kind of think with even athletes, where it's like, does Jim Carrey get the chance to stretch those or not? And obviously, like, you know, Jim Carrey's still alive, so like we can potentially see that.
I'd be
and
interested
I think like,
yeah, sorry.
No, and I think to me a good indicator of like I would really love to see it happen is like Adam Sandler, especially with most recently the movie he did Hustle, and I was like, holy shit, like, yo, this Adam Sandler could do drama. Adam Sandler could do really good drama.
I did a movie. I can say that I filmed a movie recently, and the director was talking, and he was like, because there's a couple of dramatic scenes, and the actress that was my scene partner, we were having the discussion that I personally believe oftentimes that comedic actors have more
John Candy
drama chops. Because usually comedy is stemmed from stuff. You know, sometimes
good comedy actors, yes,
and
because it's all about committing.
Yeah, it's committing, and so drama.
Comedy's about committing.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is I would be really interesting. I would be interested to see Jim Carrey's nowadays. Like I would be interested to see not him as he was, because I know that he as a person has changed. It'd be interesting to see him do drama now. Anyway.
Yeah. You know what, the movie that made this difficult for me was Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
The Mystic.
Yep.
Eternal Sunshine though, man, I'm like, he's so fucking good in that. especially knowing the behind the scenes stuff and that one shot where he's actually running behind the camera doing quick changes back and forth, watching himself at the doctor's office. I was like, dude. And then to deliver while you're doing that, come on. Anyway, that's enough.
I just think of the part where he meets Kate Winslet's character in the fucking diner.
Yeah,
that part fucking it's just nonverbal. It's just boom, boom, and it's like, I why can't other dramatic actors get that?
Well, that is the questions that I have. What about you, Tom?
So we have some questions from the chat. Let's go ahead and go through those. The first question, let's see. Question for Corey. Black Diablo Mamba asks, question, what is your favorite kid cereal and how would you recommend is the best way to eat it? For example, keeping the cereal in the fridge so that it's cold, use a different type of milk, etc.
Man, why is this a question for me?
Yeah,
I love
you fucking like talking about food and getting hyper focused about specificities of
my
food.
Favorite kid cereal, it's a tie. There's the cereal I had as a kid, and then there was the cereal I had in like high school that I was like, damn. So Reese's Puffs. Probably the greatest cereal ever created is Reese's Puffs.
That's not cereal, that's candy.
It's so fucking good, man. It's peanut butter chocolate cereal. All the kids' cereal is candy. I don't know what you're talking about. It's no different. Oreo O's? What are you talking about?
Cookie crisps?
Honestly, my favorite like kid cereal when I was a kid growing up, shout out to Jolie, he used to buy this all the time, Fruity Pebbles. I can eat a metric fucking ton of Fruity Pebbles. And the secret to it.
Can you still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like once a year I'll buy a box of it and it'll be gone in 2 days. The reason it's so good, it's so good that when I pour a bowl, I get the biggest bowl I can. And it's so easy to eat, right? Because they're so small, little Rice Krispies, that I fill that fucking bowl up and I use like half a gallon of milk and I just eat that whole thing. And it's heaven, pure bliss for like 20 minutes. No stopping me. I also like to make Rice Krispie treats using Fruity Pebbles instead.
What the actual?
It's a mind blown. So get the milk as cold as you can and pour the biggest bowl you have. And that's the way to eat Fruity Pebbles. It's so good.
Josh?
Okay, I'm going to answer for when I was a kid, Cap'n Crunch. 100% Cap'n Crunch. Me today, I have to stop myself from buying Quaker granola. The raisin almond. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I just like, I have to like, when I have granola, like, you're not meant to eat a lot of granola. But I'm like, nah, I'll get like a deep bowl and I'll just like, and I'll make it so like the milk, I have a system. I'll start pouring the milk. And once I start seeing, I can kind of see it from the surface. Because I don't want my cereal to be like a soup. Bonnie likes soup. I don't want soup. I want a little bit crunchy.
It's right when it starts to raise a little bit, then you're like, all right, I have enough.
I'm good. Just so it starts to soak the granola. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Cap'n Crunch will fuck up your mouth though. That's
real talk. It's just chainsaws for your gums.
Yeah. Give you a sugar rush so you don't know your mouth's fucked up. Yeah.
I love the taste of my mouth
so
blood.
Good though, dude. Cap'n Crunch though with berries. Oops, all berries. Tom?
As a child, it's probably
every time you say the word child, you go as a child.
As a child,
he's working on it. Is coming to terms with his inner child. They're not on speaking. They're not in speaking terms yet.
No, I get it.
His inner child is one of those dumb kids from the movies he hates.
If you watch fucking Indiana Jones, you know why I hate children.
Yeah.
Not Short Round. But
Short Round came through every time.
He came through, not this new kid. But as a child, Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisps.
It's fucking cookies. It was fucking cookies in milk. Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, like, again, not trying to. Again, some households are different. I just know a majority of households that aren't Asian, y'all don't know what a bowl is. Like we have fucking giant noodle bowls. Like these are like big.
You know
boy
what the
shit.
white
That's
person's
not a
equivalent
bowl.
is, Tom? It's a
What?
baking bowl.
Yeah.
It's one of those Pyrex baking bowls. And
I-
that's what we get.
That is like the families that were like that know like salt and pepper exist. Yes, but some of them that don't.
That's true.
I remember I had like a plate that had like a lip, and I remember I was like, "Oh, get a plate out," and they're like, "This is a bowl." I was like, "What the fuck do you eat soup out of this shit? This is bullshit. What the fuck are you talking? This is so
this
I
a
could just
shot glass. What is
this
this?
is so I could scoop." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" And I'm just like, "Y'all don't know fucking bowls. What's wrong with you?" But yeah, so you get a fucking noodle bowl and you eat it with the fucking noodles with the noodle cup or the noodle spoon, and yeah, you just I don't give a shit. I like a soup. I don't care how much milk as long as there's milk in there.
Yeah.
Like too much milk, not enough milk, but
Tom,
the milk
nowadays
has
it's
to be
almond milk.
ice cold.
As
Almond juice.
president of Novato High School Cereal Club for 2 years, along with Dana, my wife and I ran the cereal club, Novato High School for 2 years. You need to pick a ratio, my man.
No,
There is a
I'm
perfect-
chaotic good. I'm chaotic good.
You say
in
that,
point.
but I guarantee you, if you like track record all your bowls of cereal, there would be a perfect amount that you pour. If you were to like take note every time you poured it, you'd be like, "Yep, this is where I usually stop."
Well, I haven't had that cereal in a long time.
Any cereal.
Currently, I'm doing Honey Nut Cheerios because
that's
blood
so
pressure and my
good.
heart.
You're doing honey
so-
nut, not just regular old Cheerios.
There's a lot of sugar in those Honey Nut Cheerios, man.
I think they're regular ones. They're
There's
the
Honey Nut,
one,
there's
one that
regular.
says it's good for your heart and
They
lowers
both
your
do.
cholesterol.
Does it have the bee on it?
No.
Then does it taste sweet? That's the question.
I
we
mean,
should have led
sweet
with.
to me because I don't eat a lot of sugar.
Does it? No.
No,
You'd know.
It's
These are
regular
sweet.
Cheerios. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone would ever go honey nut Cheerios. It's good for you.
Yeah, they do say
Anyways.
no because Dana loves Honey Nut Cheerios. They're probably her favorite, and they do say heart healthy on them. But I'm looking on there, it's like 12 grams of sugar in each one of these fucking
But it's
Cheerios.
delicious.
If you don't go past 15, you're fine. But
It's
that being
past
said,
5.
past 15. Live a little.
Treat
5
yourself.
or less.
Live a little. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'll probably do like I mean, the cereal has to go over the bowl, right? So if this is the bowl,
a mound.
Mhm.
like it has to go over, and
Has
the
to be
milk
like a
should
little-
probably be like right here.
Sure.
Okay.
And then if I scoop it
I think
in
we
there,
all got to next time we have cereal, upload to Discord.
just like
Milk
we should
ratio.
just do a blind version of like everyone's cereal method.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
I'm in
the
for
food porn.
this.
Yeah.
Just put it on the Discord. Just put it in the
Put it in
Discord.
the food porn Discord.
I need this.
Yeah, just put it in the Discord. Just record a video. This is how I make fucking cereal. Boom. Put it online. Watch it go fucking stupid viral because fucking Zoomers need anything to go viral.
Mhm.
So that's that. Do you want to do one more question or
Yes.
want to? Okay, one more question. This one's gonna be from 51 Johnny Horror. Question: is there any fictional character from any game or movie or show you do not want to hang out with?
Fictional character from a movie
there's
or
a
show
lot
you
of them.
don't want it. Yeah.
A lot of them. I don't want to hang out
Sauron.
with I don't want to hang out with Ursula.
Saruman.
She'll take my
Grima Wormtongue. The 9 ring rays. Smeagol. Proudfoot.
who
Proud
do I
feet.
not want to hang out with?
Bella from Twilight. Nah,
Yeah.
I don't want to hang out.
Let's say not bad guys. Like let's say like just by who they are, like characters are as a person. Because you could just name bad guys. You could just be like Jeffrey Dahmer from the Dahmer TV show.
Chris Hemsworth from Men in Black International.
All right.
Because he's the kind of guy that writes his name on the group project, and I did all the fucking work. That character, whatever his character's name is, fucking what? Q?
Ethan from Slackers. I think it's Ethan.
Who else?
That's gonna be Ethan from Slackers, played by Jason Schwartzman.
Kieran Culkin's character from Scott Pilgrim, because he might make me fall in
Patrick
love with him.
Bateman.
He's a villain.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
He just He's a villain of his own story.
Well, it ain't Fuchs.
Star-Lord.
All right. Well, now we're just getting
What?
depressive. So now we're just getting depressive. We're all naming like 6 people. We're not supposed to name one. Just trashing characters.
He says, "Is there any fictional character?"
Character.
True. Any game. How about a video game character that's a good guy?
Okay. That fucking owl from Zelda, where if you accidentally press no, he repeats the whole tutorial over and over again.
Oh,
good guy.
And it takes like 5 minutes, and he goes, "Do you want to?" And it's like a confusing question. He's like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" or something like that. And you want to say, like, "Do you want to? Should I not say that again?" And you're like, "No." And he's like, "Great. So here's what you do." And you're like, "Fuck, I hate you." Just tell me once. Let me play the game. I want to kill that owl. I'm gonna kill it.
I'll kill him.
I'll kill that owl.
I might not want to hang out with Luigi.
Why? Luigi's the good one.
Is he the good one?
Yeah.
At least in recent media, they always show him as like he's the cowardly one.
Except in Mario Kart. He's out to kill.
Because he has such a fucking personality in Mario Kart, right?
No, he's just, he's the good one.
Yeah, what?
He's the good one. Mario sucks.
I mean, Mario's a medium size.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would want to hang out with Luigi if there's ghosts around. So you're right. Okay, I'm wrong. You're right.
You know why he's good? Because he is a little bit scared, but he went in that mansion anyway to save his brother because he loves his brother.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a good dude.
That's true. I look at what games I currently have. Who do I not want to hang out with?
Maybe someone in the Spider-Man game you don't want to hang out with.
Someone in the Spider-Man game I don't want to hang out with? That's
Or
a
in
good guy? Pokemon game? I mean, I would want to hang out with Professor Oak.
Yeah. No one's
Gary's my rival, and we said not to do villains.
He's not a villain. He's a child. He's a
Villainy knows no
10-year-old
age.
kid.
Villainy knows no age. Have you not watched the movie The Omen?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah. Except that's not a kid. That's a ancient demon who inhabits the body of a child. Gary's just a kid.
Fucking his name is Damien. He's got 666 on his head. That's evil.
Yeah.
Thomas,
So
Sonic, and Dr. Eggman.
Immortal.
No. Sonic, I'd say hang out with Sonic. He's like, hey, chili dogs. And I
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
all right.
Yeah.
I think we'll continue this. I will continue on the Discord. But Josh, you got anybody?
Yeah. What you got? Josh Brolin's character from Goonies.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a real barrel of laughs. Barrett. I was thinking Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. I was like, yeah, he's cool in theory. But he probably it'd be like, great. I'm so glad I got to hang out with Barrett today.
I wouldn't want to hang out with Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts.
Why?
Because whoever directed that actor did not make that Donald Duck actor enunciate. And that shit is terrible. That shit
one of
is
those conversations. You're like, what did you just say?
His enemy is the English language, and I'm
gonna
like,
look that up later.
It's so bad. All right, anyways,
I'm letterboxed. It happened.
All right. I'll find you.
Sing us out,
Josh.
Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate you. If you are watching afterwards on YouTube and Twitch, I appreciate you. You're awesome. I'm going to make this quick. Go to our website, nerdon.tv. Check out our YouTube. Check us out on all of your podcast feeds, all of your social media feeds. Check out the links. Join us on Twitch. We're here every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's it. Take care of yourselves. Drink water because it is starting to get a little hot. You know the drill. As always,
Nerd on.